In 1491, Ignatius of Loyola was born in Spain. At a young age, he developed a taste for worldly affairs. In 1521, he became a commander in the Spanish army. While fighting the battle at Pamplona, his leg was hit by a cannonball and severely wounded. He was bedridden and spent several months recuperating at the family castle. Having no books on chivalry to read, he was left with no option but to read the books Life of Christ and Life of Saints. The man who dreamt of imitating heroes now wanted to imitate the spiritual heroes, St. Francis of Assisi, St. Dominic, etc. He finally dedicated himself to God by offering his sword at the altar of Our Lady in Montserrat Shrine and gave his royal clothes to a poor man outside. When he was at Manresa, he penned down his inner movements. His encounter with the scripture emerged as the spiritual exercises, the most helpful guidelines for many in their spiritual growth. Ignatius felt the need to study theology. Hence, he studied Latin grammar alongside the children and continued his education at the University of Paris. It was there he got introduced to his roommates Francis Xavier and Peter Faber, who later made their spiritual exercises and joined him in service. In 1534, along with his first 6 companions, Ignatius made promises of poverty and chastity and formed the Society of Jesus. He was ordained in 1537. It was in the year 1540 Pope Paul III made the Society of Jesus an official order in the Catholic Church. Ignatius wrote over 8,615 letters to his men and benefactors, and they ably administered the society from Rome. Ignatius differed from other religious orders in pronouncing the 4th vow, that is, special obedience to the Pope for mission along with poverty, chastity, and obedience. There is a paradigm shift in the life of Ignatius from self-vainglory to God's greater glory, from being a king's knight to becoming God's knight, from a monastic order to an apostolic order. What is the paradigm shift that ought to happen in my life?